It's June 1st, 2025, and I'm Terry Pugh with the Pro-Democracy Strategists. For those of us wondering why DOGE was so bent on stealing our citizens' private information, yesterday a plausible answer finally came out. The New York Times reported that the much-despised Peter Thiel and Palantir's Foundry software have been asked by the Trump administration to create a U.S. database of all of its citizens for tracking. That explains a lot to me. According to the article, DOGE helped to pick Palantir for the project. Well, how convenient. We have a link to King 5's coverage of the congressional visit also to Northwest Detention Center, also known as the Tacoma ICE facility, which had an unannounced visit from members of Congress Emily Randall, Pramila Jayapal of Washington, and Maxine of Oregon. I was dumbfounded by the bravery of this action. On May 9th, 2025, you might remember that the New Jersey ICE Detention Center arrested the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, and masked DHS officers strong-armed and pushed around 3 Democratic members of Congress. 2 of them, at least, were women, and one looked like she was in her 70s. The officials were trying to enter the facility for an oversight visit. This is their job, by the way, since fire officials were not allowed on-site to do safety checks by the owner of the facility, which is paid for with tax dollars. Remember, it's not a prison. Innocent people are in there. The right-wing media played this up as though a 70-year-old congresswoman and others stormed the masked officers, but the raw footage clearly shows the officers roughly tossing the congresswomen aside. Since the New Jersey and Tacoma sites are both owned by the notorious GEO group, which runs these for-profit centers in unacceptable conditions, the very job of Congress is to go on site and oversee these conditions. For me, this made the actions of these 3 members of Congress in the Northwest all the more brave. I do wish that the organization La Resistencia had been on the visit, since they have protected abducted people within the facility for over a decade. It is important to note that getting more people into the facility will help to build support for those trapped within and hopefully improve the abhorrent conditions. I would also like to note that you should check and make sure that your retirement stock portfolio or investments divest from the GEO group. They should, in general, not have the GEO group, which will be held accountable eventually. I personally feel that these ICE and DHS officers choosing to not obey constitutional standards should be arrested themselves and even thrown in jail for avoiding due process. The special agent seen handcuffing Ross Baracus, the mayor of Newark, is named Ricky Patel. Thank you for saving democracy by caring about democracy.